Take a look at this. North of the border, for the first time in history, the Palestinian flag was raised at Toronto City Hall. Happened on November 15th, marking Palestinian Independence Day. There were many others protesting this there as well. Joining us now is the host of the Charbon Report, Michael Charbon. Great to have you here. We had a whole segment on this. Toronto, not the only city here to do this. You had Calgary was one of the cities. What do the majority of Canadians think when they see this happening? I did see some video too. There was a gentleman, he was playing the "O Canada," and then a Toronto police officer went up and told him to turn it down. Turn it off. So they started singing "O Canada" in protest. Your take on what's happening up there north of the border?
John, it's a volatile and a very emotional situation. It all stemmed from Prime Minister Mark Carney agreeing with Australia, the UK, and many other countries to acknowledge Palestine as a state. But unfortunately, the flag, the Palestinian flag, currently represents more than just a state. A Jewish group filed an injunction with 25,000 signatures, and a lot of that depended on what happened on October 7th. But more importantly, the demonstrations that many of these people who are walking around with this Palestinian flag, they're demonstrating in front of synagogues, they're stopping traffic, they're talking about the Intifada, they're talking about the PLO. It represents more than just the state of Palestine. It represents violence, and it makes people very unsettled. You are aware of Canada has a little bit more of a liberal tone, and they feel that this is an offering to try and solve the problem that's happening in Gaza. But in actual fact, John, it's not. It's creating more tension.
Interesting. You know, we're seeing that play out here, too, in the United States, and it just shows how it's become a movement. But I want to move on to this, because there was another story. It was out of the CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, had this. This was about the fighter jets. Canada now doesn't want to buy U.S. fighter jets. What's the deal with that?
So Canada purchased 16 of the F35 fighter jets, the best in the world, the top of the top. There's a potential that Canada will purchase another 88 of these jets, and that would be a $15 billion economic injection into Canada over 50 years. Obviously, our closest partner, someone who has a mass security situation. Well, what was it? The Royals from Sweden came over, and Saab has what's called a Griffin jet, which is a very good jet. It's made to sustain cold weather interactions, and they're heavily lobbying Canada to consider the Griffins.
But do you think that this is because of the tariffs? Like, are Canadians upset that Trump has still put the tariffs in place? Is that why they're buying different jets than American?
Haven't solidified the deal yet, John. There's no commitment to purchase, but one of Canada's aims was to take away the 75 to 80% market that we have with the United States to try and diversify. But I think jets, why would you want to have two different types of jets, two different types of service? We've already got the F-35. It's the bet. The United States is closest to us. It's not a very good idea. Many Canadian military people say there's no reason to do that. So wow. I think it's a bit of posturing, but Mark Carney's not handling this file particularly well. Or
some of the other things happening in the country of Canada right now he's getting crucified for. Michael Charbon, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, sir.
Stay right there. Second hour Sunday Report starts right now.